Hey, 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 hey. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Come on in. So, we've got a fun night tonight. I've got an interactive card to share with you. We're going to be making a birthday card. We're going to be using the Hooray for Surprises bundle, the stamp set, and the coordinating dies. So if you're new tonight and you're joining us, please comment in the comments that you're new and say hello so that we can all say hi back. And if you're watching and you're regular, welcome, welcome. And so glad to have you here. And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. So a lot's going on, a lot's not going on. And just a reminder, this is my third night going live with all this new stuff. And hey, Chris. Well, thank you, but I've been working all day and I'm still in my work clothes because I come straight home and I start preparing and getting ready for the live stream and I forget to change my clothes, but it's all good. So yeah, so this is only my third night using all this equipment. I hope the sound is okay. Can you guys just give me a thumbs up or let me know somehow. Let me know if the sound is coming through. Last week we had problems with the sound and it also kept crashing. We kept hitting the live button and it kept crashing. So hopefully we don't have any problems tonight, but thank you. I have Jesus by my side. He's going to be helping me out. Great. Awesome. So the sound is great. And yeah, it's nerve-wracking because I have all this wonderful equipment and have no idea how to use it. So, and because of my son's schedule and my schedule, it's hard to get together for him to show me and teach me how to use it. And but we'll get there. I just thank you so much for your patience. And it's a lot of fun though, and it's kind of cool. So yeah. So how have you guys been doing? And what's new that's been going on with you guys and all that kind of good stuff? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, the recording, thank you so much for watching. It just means a lot to me. And if you wouldn't mind to share my videos, give me thumbs up and comment in the comments there. I do read them when I get notified that they're there. What store is? Yes, absolutely. I'm the co-pilot in my craft area, and he is, well, in my whole life, my everything. He's my pilot. I sometimes forget that he's the pilot and I'm the co-pilot, but I'm human. But yeah, I try to remember that he's flying this. He's flying this. So I'm so glad that your business is open and going, Chris. That is awesome. And yeah, I knew what you meant. It took me a second there. I go, he's frowning praise. But anyway, so those of you who don't know me, I'm Tina Carini. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love all things paper crafting. I absolutely love it. That's my thing. And it's my happy place, it's my therapy, and it's all that stuff. And my desire is to share it with you guys and to just build a great, awesome community that just wants to inspire each other, uplift each other, and pray for each other, and all that good stuff. So it really does help. Hold on one second. Excuse me. It really does help a lot to spread the word by sharing my videos. Just spreading the word to your family and friends. And because it's a deep desire in my heart to be able to share more with you guys, to build this community, to make it a really awesome community of crafters, and just to be together, like I said, and inspire and laugh and pray for each other and just have a great time. So with that said, let's go on to a little bit of business. The new online exclusives are available. They're online for you to purchase. There are 1, 2, 3, at least 4 that I can remember at the top of my head, new stamp sets, 2 full suites. One is the Flowering Zinnias, which I shared with you guys last week. And actually one of the cards in my card class this Saturday, we're using that stamp set as well. Which if you stay with me to the end of the video, I am going to share the 3 cards that we'll be making on Saturday. And let's see, there's also a coffee one. It's a latte something. I don't remember the name, but it's a really cool set. And because of my budget, I could only really get one. And Flowering Zinnias won out because of all the bright, cheerful colors. I absolutely love them. I'm trying to remember to look over at my comments I get on a roll sometimes and I forget to look over and see them and read them. But if you comment and I don't respond right away, it's just because I'm forgetting to look over. It's not because I'm ignoring you, because I would never do that. And also, I want to start something. You guys tell me how you feel about it. But at the end of the videos, I would like to do like a Q&A where you guys can ask me questions about the project that we're doing, or any crafting questions, Stampin' Up questions, just anything you can ask me. And I will be happy to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer, find it out, and get back with you. And I'd like for it to be a time where we can chat so that I can actually read your comments as we go then too. Okay, so let me see here. I know I've said many times before, and I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but going live is really hard for me. I love it, but I get really nervous because you can't hit stop and erase. So it's one of those things, but we'll get through it. Oh, good. So Q&A. All right. And let's see. I wanted to mention something else too, and I can't remember. Oh, I've set a goal, and it's probably an unrealistic goal, but I could really use your help. And it goes back to sharing my videos and giving me thumbs up and hearts and all that stuff. You give me an angry face too. I don't care, because that helps too. And because I want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That way I can go live on YouTube as well, and to help spread the love that we have for crafting and for each other. So I could use your help there. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do so, and subscribe to my channel, not YouTube, but subscribe to my channel, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. And follow me over there as well. Share my post too on Facebook, because that really does help. And so yeah, so that's enough of that. You ready to get started? I can put it down on the desktop and let's just get to cracking, okay? Okay, so there we are. This is the stamp set. If you remember, we used this not last week, but the week before. Let me show you. I made this card right here where we stepped it up. This one right here. So you guys probably do remember that. So we made that. So we're going to bring this back because I've had some requests to do an interactive card. So we're going to use this and the dies that go along with it. I've got some in my little bowl here, my magnetic bowl, which helps me not lose my dies. But we're going to use the larger circle with the little tab thing on it. And we're going to use the little flower. And there's a cake die in here, right here. So we're going to use the cake die too. All right, so those are what we're going to be using. Now let me bring in the paper. Here we go. So we're going to be using Lemon Lolly. This is, and I wrote all the measurements down so you guys would be proud of me, because sometimes I go, oh, what was that measurement? But I wrote them all down, but I'm going to have to put on my glasses so that I can see. All right, so we've got Lemon Lolly. This is the card base. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4. I've scored it at 4 1/8. I don't know if you guys can see that score line. It's right there is the score line, right there. So we scored it at 4 1/8 and 5 1/2. So we're going to fold that in half. And then this part here will bend back like that. So this is a bookbind fold, and I've done this before. I really do like this fold. It's a lot of fun. And then we're just going to take some glue. So I've got my favorite glue, my Tombow multi-purpose glue, liquid glue, green glue, whatever you'd like to call it. And then what I'm going to do is just glue in between the score lines, right? Because I don't want to glue my card down, glue it shut. So, but we're going to do that. So there we go. So then we're just going to set that aside for right now. No, actually, yeah, we're going to set that aside. All right, so now I've got my other pieces here. So I've got a piece of scrap. This is basic white. And this is just to stamp our cake and our candle on. And then I've got an extra one in case I mess up, because you guys know I always do. All right, so I've got a piece of, what do you call this? Copy paper. And it is the same size as the top piece of our card, the interactive part. So it is cut at, I got to look and make sure I tell you guys the right measurements. It's 3 by 3. So what I did was I just layered those together, made sure they were straight and even on each other. And then I took this large circle with the tab. I laid it, centered it on this, and ran it through my die cutting machine. And that made this. Now, I carefully pulled the copy paper off so that it didn't, because it's perforated. So you have to be careful with it, but so that it doesn't come apart, because that's your interactive part and you don't want to mess that up. Then I have another piece of basic white that's just a smidge smaller. I think I cut this like maybe 1/8 of an inch smaller, and that's going to be the back of it. So it may not make sense right now, but it will in just a few minutes. This piece here, this is my template. So I don't need this. So I'm just going to carefully pull that apart. Oops. All right. This piece here, because I want to know where I'm stamping. Let me move these out of the way. So this is going to lay on here. So I'm just going to lay that on there as even as I can, remembering that this piece is just a smidgen smaller. And the reason why is just in case I don't get it on there completely straight, you don't have your back sticking out of your front. All right, so I'm going to stick that on there. That will let me know exactly where I want to stamp so that my stamp is in the center of that circle when you open it. Okay, so that's that. Then we have our layering piece, and this is Flirty Flamingo, and it is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that is going to go behind this, like so. So it's going to layer like that. All right. Hey, Kim. All right. Let's see here. Thank you for sharing, Chris. And again, I do not see Kim on here. I don't see Carol. Hey, you guys. I don't see your comments, so I hope that that you're still on here. Okay, so now I have a strip of designer series paper. This is from another suite. It's called the Lighter Than Air suite. It's the one with the hot air balloons. And this is really pretty paper. I think I might have used this before. No, I used it on one of my card classes. This strip here is 1 inch by 4 1/4, and it's going to go right on your binding side of your card front. So it's just going to go on there like so. And then this piece here, isn't this so pretty though? It's so fun. I don't know. Let me bring it up a little closer so you can see. Isn't that fun? And then this is, I want to get the measurements right. It is 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. Then we've got our inside layer, which is the same size as our designer series paper. It's 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. And that's going to go on the inside of our card. Hopefully I cut it right. It's just going to go on the inside like so. All right, so does all that make sense so far? Okay, so wait till we get it all together. I'm going to go ahead and glue these down so that we can get those done. And let's go ahead. See, This side here has a little bit of the balloons on it. It's such pretty paper. It's 6 by 6. I can't remember how much you get in there. There's a lot. It's like 40 something pieces of paper, sheets of paper. It's really a lot of paper. It's very pretty. I love to use the azure blue with it because I just think that that's so pretty and it pops. It really pops. I like things that pop. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. Let's straighten that up just a little bit. And there we go. All right, and then this piece here, like this side has clouds. Isn't that the cutest thing? This side makes me think of sheep. I don't know why, but it just does. Since we're making a birthday card today, if you guys could just comment in the comments, tell me what you think of, or what kind of card do you think of when you think of a birthday card? Do you think of something funny? Do you think of balloons? Do you think of something pretty and elegant? Do you think of interactive kind of cards? Tell me what you think of. All right, I think we're going with that. All right, so this part of it is, we're not going to glue this down yet, but I'm leaving it in there to remind me to do the inside because I always forget. We don't need this right now. So what we're going to do is bring in this. Now, since I'm using photopolymer stamps, you want to use a cushion because they don't have a cushion on them. Let me show you. So they're see-through, which I know I've said this before, but in case someone's watching us new that doesn't know the difference, pretty and elegant. Ooh, this is photopolymer and it's clear. You can see through it, even when it's stained, which they do tend to stain from the pigment of the ink, but you can still see them and it doesn't mess up the quality of it either. So I can see where I'm stamping and I really like that. But you need a cushion with them to get a clean, crisp stamped image. Unlike the, which I know I had one out. What did I do with it? Did I put it back in the drawer? I might have. Here we go. So here's the Simply Xenia. This is the one of the online exclusives. So unlike the red rubber, the cling mounts, they have that cushion in there. So you don't need to use a cushion when you stamp with them, but the photopolymer we do. So I'm using my piercing mat for a cushion. I've got my sheet here to protect. We're going to bring in our scrap to stamp our cake on. So this is our cake image, and we need our, no, I don't need that one yet, but I do need our candle. So we've got our candle. We've got our inks. So if you guys hear me like gasp a little, it's because my back is on fire tonight. So, and there was no way I was going to cancel. I didn't want to let you guys down and I needed to be here. And like I said, this is therapy for me. All right, we're going to use Bubble Bath and Lemon Lolly for our cake. So let me move these out of the way. We're going to stamp our cake in the Bubble Bath, and then we're going to stamp our cake platter in Lemon Lolly. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully you guys can see here. Well, it's real little, so you're probably not going to be able to, but I don't know if you can see where there's a line that separates the cake from the cake platter. So I'm just going to ink that up, and my ink pad is really juicy, so hopefully it's not going to get too bubbly. This one's really juicy because it's brand new. So then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing. Just ink this up carefully right to that line, and hopefully I'll get it just like I need it to. And then we're going to just stamp. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this stamps perfectly. It's a little bubbly. Let's try it again. So that's what happens, which, let me show you. Sometimes when that happens, when you get something just a little too juicy, you can take a spoon and just kind of swipe your ink pad away. So you see how I'm taking away some color, and then that will help you get where you don't get too much ink on your stamp. So let's hope that this works. So I'm gonna just ink that up, and then I am going to do the same thing here. Let me wipe this off so I don't put pink in my yellow, just like that. And then I'm just gonna scoots this just like that, and then we're gonna ink up the cake stand. Hopefully, I think I might have gone too far up. That's all right, I'm going with it. And just like so, there we go. I did go a little too far up, but I think that that's okay. And I've already pre-stamped one and die cut it, so we're all right. So you guys get the picture on how I did that, but isn't that pretty? Oh, you can't see it, it's so white. So that's really, really white. Let me see if I can do like this. See if you guys can. Oh, that's even worse. Wow. All right, so lighting is still an issue. All right, so I'm going to close that up because I am done with both of those colors, I believe. So now I'm going to bring in Pool Party. And Pool Party, we're going to stamp our candle. And I was having problems earlier with my candle, but I'm going to hope and pray. I'm going to bring in this one here because we're just going to stamp that down. So there's our candle. And, oh no, I'm not done with this. So we need this out. So we're going to fussy cut the candle out, which I've already done. So you just fussy cut your candle out. And then for your cake, you're going to bring in, uh-oh. You guys did see me put those right back in my bowl, didn't I? No, here's the flower. Uh-oh. Ah, here it is. All right, so then what you do is you just line that up. And I always love to use my Post-it note tape because it works so well to hold things in place so that it doesn't slip and slide on me. And then I just run that through my die cutting machine. And then we have, voila, we have our cake. So there's our cake. Gosh, I hate that you can't see that. There's our cake. Here we go. All right. I wonder if I turn this on. Well, it's yellow, but at least maybe you can see it a little better, right? All right. So we've got that and that. We've got our candle fussy cut already. So there's our candle. And then what I did was I took the little flower die, this one, and I ran it through Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, and I thought, which was the color I think I was really leaning towards. See, these things happen during, there it is, during lives. There it is, right there. Our Flirty Flamingo flower, because I wasn't sure which color I wanted on that. I thought maybe Flirty Flamingo. And then I thought, well, maybe Pool Party, because our candle is going to go here like so. Let me, you know what? Let me go ahead so you guys can get the real picture here. I'm going to stamp on here. I'm going to use my grid lines here to kind of help me to get this straight. Just like that, okay? I'm going to stamp using Pool Party for you. I really kind of wanted to put Make-A-Wish right down here, but then it didn't leave me enough room for the cake and the candle. So I decided to do For You. So I'm going to stamp For You right there. All right. And then our cake is going to go here. And we're going to pop her up. And then our candle is going to go here. I may glue the candle to the cake. And then that way I don't have to keep trying to figure out how it's going to go. If that makes sense. Okay, so that gives you a better idea. And then we're going to use, you guys tell me which color. So we have the Lemon Lolly flower. And I'm also going to put a rhinestone, or I may use these. This is from lighter than air too. This is called the Rainbow Adhesive Back Dots. So aren't those pretty? And they're in the color of the Designer Series paper. I thought I could either use this, and if it's too big, then I thought we could bring in our rhinestones, because there's a littler rhinestones, and we could use our alcohol markers, our Stampin' Blends to color that too. So Lemon Lolly or Pool Party, or, which I need to do this. So here, let me show you. I know I showed you this before, but that's okay, because somebody new might not know. And, or if you're like me, you forget. I'm going to take a stylist and I'm just going to push in the center just to give it like a rounded effect like that. Or the Flirty Flamingo. Which color do you guys like the best? I'm kind of leaning towards the Flirty Flamingo, but because I'm afraid the Pool Party might be too much with the Pool Party sentiment, the Pool Party candle. We have our Flirty Flamingo back, so remember that. So that pulls in the Flirty Flamingo. I know, I love the names too, but I'm leaning towards this one, but you guys tell me. Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo is what we're going to go with. All right, so now here is another part. This is where the mask comes in on our other piece. This is the back side. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to center this on here the best that I can. All right, I think, oops, I slid. Oops, I slid again. All right, I think that's pretty good. So that's going to go just like that. I'm going to line that up down here. That's pretty good. All right, so in the inside here, I'm going to stamp in Pool Party, Make a Wish. And I'm going to hope that I can stamp this pretty straight in this, right in the center there. Woo, Make a Wish. Okay, and then that part's done, so we can remove our mask. Now what we're going to do is, let me show you. Hold on. Okay, this is going to go on top of here. But I'm not going to just glue that flat. And the reason why is because we're going to add a little bit extra pizzazz. I've got these loose frosted dots that you can find on the online exclusives. And they're all pretty kind of colors in here. So there's some pretty peacock, there's yellows, there's pinks, there's even some black in here. I think there's even some, might even be fresh freesia, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm just going to put like a few in here like that. Isn't that pretty? All right, so, but I can't just glue it down because these will be bumpy, right? So I'm going to push this aside over here. We're done with that die. That can go in there. This die can go back in there. And we are going to bring this piece in, back in. We're going to flip this over. Now, if you have the foam stripped adhesives, those would work great, but I don't have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the sides of my dimensionals. These here are my mini dimensionals. So I don't know if, yeah, you can see, well, here, like that. There's this part right here that's pretty wide. I am just going to cut that pretty much in half, or try to cut it in half. And I'm going to see, I know I'm going to need more than this, but I'm just going to start with this. I'm going to pull off the backing of one side to this. And then what I'm going to do is just go very carefully. I'm going to go just outside the edge because you don't want to get it too close, but you want to be close enough. Pushing it down as I go along because I don't want my little gems to get lost, but I don't want the back of my my strip to show through either. So I'm hoping this is going to work. It did earlier. All right, so I am just going to keep going around and around. So see what I'm doing, because I don't want this. Oh, I got it a little too close right there. All right, so in the backing is trying to come off, but that's okay. I just didn't want it to, but it's all right. Just going to go along and go along, because you don't want to adhere that top part that pulls off. You don't want to adhere it, because it won't. It'll get stuck. So now I'm going to cut another piece of that off. Actually, I can just use this and put those triangles on the outside. I call them triangles, but they're the little points. So this can just get pulled right off of there, like that. All right, and then I'm just gonna start it right where we left off on that one piece there. And I wanted the triangles to be on the other side like this. There we go. So that's gonna go right there. And we're gonna go all the way around. Hopefully this is gonna be enough and we don't have to cut more. The shadows are bad tonight. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing though, and we may be just shy of reaching that, just shy. That's all right, because what we can do is just cut a little tiny piece right there, and we're gonna make it work. We're just gonna make it work. All right, and I'm just gonna that's probably too big. I think it's going to be all right, really, because it does touch in the corner. I just want to make sure. I think I'm going to break this off and see if I can't get this to. I would feel better if I could just fill that in just a little bit right in there, just like that. All right, so now we're going to pull off the backing carefully. Carefully. Just like that. All right, so now we want to make sure that everything is right side. Just like so. I think I'm going to stick some more of those things in there. So what do you guys think so far? Pretty cool, huh? All right. Here we go. There we go. I think that will be plenty. All right. And then we're going to go just like so. And we're going to do our best to, I'm probably going to get my head in the camera, you guys, but I want to see how to line this up because I don't want the back to show at all. All right, so there we go. So when you're pushing this down, be careful that you don't tear those little, what do you call them, perforation lines. And then that's that. And this right here is sticking out a little bit. So I am going to just trim that. Just trim it. Just give that a little trim right there. All right. Now this, now we're going to build our cake, except for I probably should have stamped my flame on there before I did that. Shoot. Well, we're going to try. We're going to try the best we can here. I should have put it all together before I did that because now I'm going to stamp and there's not a solid thing behind it. So we're going to hope that this comes out. I'm going to guess. I'm going to stamp right there. It only stamped part of it, but that's okay. It's all right because I'm going to open this to show you guys. This, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to glue this to the back of my cake just so that I don't have to fool with it. I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm hoping that I'm going to have it all to line up right. Come on, glue. There we go. I am just going to stick that right there. I think, try to center it the best I can. I think that's okay. All right, and then we're going to stick a dimensional right on the back of our cake. Just like so. Pull that off of there. Try to line our cake up with our flame, which I think that works pretty good. Just like that. Our cake is a little crooked though. I don't want to be pulling on this too much because I don't want to tear it open. Come on, work with me here. There we go. Just like, that's good. I'm okay with that. All right. Then our flour, we're just going to take some liquid glue. Oop, not quite that much though. Here we go. I'm going to wipe that off of there. We're going to stick our flour right there. Okay. So I think this might not work. Let me see. This is the one thing that I didn't do earlier, was to see if this would work. I think that's going to be too much pink on pink. So what I'm going to do is take these rhinestones. I'm going to use the littler one, the littlest one. I'm going to take our alcohol marker, our Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to take the brush tip. And I'm taking Dark Daffodil Delight. I know we're using Lemon Lolly, but I really want it to pop. So I just colored that. I'm going to take this and stick that right down in the center of our flower, just like so. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're going to take this, and this is going to get glued to our card base, or to our layer. Can you hear it? It's like a shaker card, only it's a surprise shaker card. All right, so there we go. And I didn't get my layer straight on here either. Shoot, that's all right. That's all right. All right, so there we go. We got that. All right. I can't push down, but that's okay. Now we're going to bring in our card base. Here's our let me move that piece of glue so I don't sit something down in it. Then we're going to glue this, to our card base. Alrighty. That's going to go just like that. I'm pretty sure. All right, I'm going to set that aside and let that, dry just for a second or two while we stamp our inside. But I do want to make sure that I have this going the right way, because one side is slightly longer than the other side. And then we're going to bring in, what does this say? Oh, my back. Hope your birthday is wonderful. I'm going to use Pool Party. We're going to ink this up. And then we are going to just stamp that. I think I'm going to stamp it towards the top. That way it gives room to write your, whatever you want to write in the inside of your card. There we go. I didn't get a good crisp stamp on that, but that's all right. And then if you want to decorate it, you can use your designer series paper, which I think I'm going to do. We could use both of these. We could like do, we could do two strips, two small strips. So like maybe like maybe a 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch. Let's do a 1/4 of an inch. And then we can do like maybe, let's do like, well, if I can get that off of there, do like, let's see, let's do this one. 1/4 of an inch of that. No, we're going to do like maybe a smidge over 1/4 of it. No, we're going to do 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch of that. Like so. Oh, I did not cut that straight. All righty. Let's do that again. All right. There we go. All right, I'm thinking this is going to look really cute like this. Let's move this out of our way. So you could either go on the side or down at the bottom, and I think I'm going to do it down at the bottom, and like so, and like so. We'll just butt them up next to each other like so. So that's going to be cute, I think. So I'm going to, I'm glad you do, Chris. I love the shaker card too. I'm glad you think this is a cute card. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. I didn't need to go all the way across like that. I need my silicone mat. I'm gonna go up just from the bottom, just a little bit here. Try to make it as straight as I can. Like so, okay. And then we're going to glue this piece down too. We're going to butt them up right next to each other. I don't have to go all the way across on this one because I'm going to trim that off. So no worries that, oh, we could even put a little space in between there too. I think that's what I'll do. I'll put a little space. How about that? See, there's no rules. You can change it as you go. So much fun. All right. But you want to get it straight as you can. Don't do like me. Put things on crooked, cut crooked. All right, so just like so. Hope my head didn't get too much in the way. All right, and then I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim that right off of there. Now we're ready to put this. I don't want to open this. It's so cute. Put this right in the inside there. So I'm going to just do a small line of glue right along here, like so. Make sure that I am straight in here, like so. Come over this way just a little smidge, like so. All right, and there we go. Now our card, it's all done. So what do you guys think? I love this. I think this is so cute. And then it opens up. Happy birthday. But here's a surprise. Okay, you ready? Oh, I forgot to put on here too, but I'm not even going to attempt it because there's nothing behind that. There's a little stamp here that says pool. So you could stamp pool right here, or if you wanted to make it even a little fancier, you can make like a little banner, like a pretty coordinating color, like you could do pool party or the whatever color you got going on in your card, and you can attach it to that and then pull, so, or open here, and that would be really cute too, but I forgot to put that on there. So anyway, so what you do, you guys ready for this? So they open that up and voila! Isn't that cute? I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, I'm a goof, and I get excited over the silliest things. But and then there's their thing, their little sentiment too that says make a wish, and then they can close that up. The only problem is when they open this, it does kind of make a mess. But hope your birthday is wonderful. So I hope that you guys are inspired by this, and that it will kind of maybe want you to get that stamp set if you don't have it, because it really does make some of the cutest cards. And you don't have to make interactive cards like, you know, like this one is not interactive. But let me show you something real quick too. I should maybe do one like that too, another type of interactive. This piece right here also does an interactive piece as well. So you just take it and you do it the same way we did this. So if you want to make your template with this too. So if you want to put it like in a full sheet of paper, you would just make your template the full size of whatever piece that this is being die cut in. Hopefully that makes sense. And then then you do your sentiment with your template, or whatever you want to put in here. You can put a gift card in there, slide it in from the top before you glue it all down, or from the side. And then when they open it, they can pull their gift card out of there, and you can decorate this strip. You know, you could put your flowers all the way across on each one of these little circles. And then when they open it up, they have another surprise sentiment and maybe whatever else you decide to put in there. So this is a really, really cute card, cute set to have. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this and had fun with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to turn this off. For hanging out with me. I do so much appreciate it very, very much, because I know that time is valuable and it just means a lot. And I sound like a broken record. Oh, I said, let me flip us back down here real quick. So I said that I would give you guys a sneak peek of the cards that we're making in our card class. They're going to make 2 of each design. So there's this one using the flowering zinnias, and this is a thank you card, but you can change your sentiments and make them any way you want to. This is some of the zinnia paper, and then they open it up like so. Isn't that cute? And words fail to express my gratitude. So I love this card. I love the oranges and the yellow together. I think it is so, so pretty. And then this is another one here. This is using the same set, flowering zinnias, and some more of the designer series paper. And then we use the dies to make that little flower right there. And so, yeah, so this is the other one. And then this stamp set's been around for a little while. You can find it on the online exclusives. I love this stamp set though. And I'm so happy that it went really crazy during Christmas, because, you know, everybody does the little red truck and stuff. But look how much fun it is by doing a summer card with it. So I thought it was really cute with the sending you sunny thoughts. And then we have the sunny designer series paper, which that did come from a celebration pack, but we're going to use it in my class because I have a lot of it. And then I use the azure blue, which I absolutely love that blue. It's such a bright blue. And we did an orange truck and the palm tree and the surfboard and the, what do you call that? It might be a ball, or a life, one of those life rings or whatever. That's what I thought it was. So that's what we did. The ladies are going to make this card too. So they're going to make 2 each of those. All right. So if you're interested in attending some of my in-person classes, I hold them once a month, and they're usually the first or the second Saturday of the month at 10:30 a.m. We'd love to have you join us. So just make sure that you contact me and RSVP. If you're not signed up to get my emails, that's the best way to find out about my classes, or on Facebook. But I send reminders out through my emails and all that kind of stuff too, or at least I try to remember to. And that's where you get information of everything that's going on with me and with Stampin' Up! Is through my emails. If you're interested, just let me know. I'll send you a link so that you can sign up for it, or you can just message me your email and I'll add you to the list. Let's see what else. I think that's it. So that's it for tonight, you guys. Toodaloo. Wait, I'm back. Q&A. I have to get used to that. Except for I don't see everybody's on here. I know that there's a few on here, but I'm just not seeing. There's Carol. I finally see you. Yay! Okay. So good. I'm glad that you guys really, really, really do like this card. I think it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. So I hope that you give it a try. And yeah, so do you guys got any questions for me? You want to know anything? Want to, anything, I guess. Well, not anything, but you know, hey. Oh, kill me. No, seriously. So in, let's see. I can't think of anything new that's going on. except for I'm ready to quit my job. But but anyway, my brick and mortar job. So is my boss. She is too. But anyway. All right. So no questions tonight. That is fine. I know. I wish you lived closer too, because I know you would love to come to my classes. We do have a lot of fun. We have a great group of ladies that come. This week, though, we're going to be missing a few because one is going to be having surgery, so she has to stay away from people so she doesn't get sick. And then one is sick, so yeah, so our prayers are going out to them. And well, actually, two are sick. Two are sick, not feeling well. Let's see. Just need a stamping buddy. You need a stamping buddy. Well, I would sure be your stamping buddy, Carol. Okay. Well, I think that is it. I think that's a wrap for tonight. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. You are so welcome. It brings me pleasure to be able to share with you guys and bring more to you. And I hope to be able to bring more and more in the future. We just got to grow so that I'm able to. Alrighty then. This time's for real. Doodly-doo.